would say the process is pretty different for me in writing comedies, like short form sketch. I guess the similarity is that, like most writers, I assume, I just draw from real life. Like if something funny happens, I'm like, oh, that's gotta be in there.
Hi, my name is Bobby Masters, and I'm the literary manager at Stage Left. We are preparing for our next event, our next live event, Spring Fling. It's a 10-minute play festival running May 27th through the 29th at North Center Town Square. For the next few days, I'm going to be meeting with playwrights writing for the festival, and this afternoon, I am meeting with Deana Velandra, the playwright of Why the Kids Don't Play Outside Anymore. So, Deana, I want to begin with this title. It kind of has this, for me, kind of has this horror story quality to it. Like I'm imagining like, oh, the kids can't go out anymore. So I think it has like this double or even triple kind of meanings happening, and it's not dark at all. Tell me how you came up with this.
I knew that I wanted the setting of the play to be like a pandemic style first date. Probably because I went on like 15 of those last summer. And it's a very bizarre way to get to know someone, to just like go outside and go to the park and sit on a blanket. And like online dating is already a bizarre way to meet people. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's already weird. And then on top of it, this layer of we're not really allowed to get anywhere near each other. And I was just interested in that dynamic for the piece, but I hadn't written a lot of it yet. And then actually where I got that theme and that title is I saw a Twitter thread about children don't play in the streets the way that they once did. I found it really, really interesting. I went all the way down through this thread for like a half an hour, and everybody had a different opinion of why children don't play in the streets anymore. Like you never see children riding their bicycles. It was really interesting, the Twitter thread, to me, because lots of people had really strong opinions about, oh, it's because of video games and like television and texting and all of those things. And I actually sort of think it's more of an effect. The only real data that you can see that would lead directly to that is from city planning and the population of families owning cars, multiple cars. And so children don't actually play outside anymore because it's not safe. That was sort of, it's funny you said you're not surprised by the title. A lot of my pieces are very, I love nostalgia, and I love like a real bittersweet sadness in a piece. And I think, and I think that that's what the piece is about. They get into talking about their childhoods.
It's funny that you said that it has this sadness, because it cracks me up. Every time I read this play, it cracks me up with that, wow, that's really sad, that line and how it repeats. And it's just one of those things, just like, oh yeah, that is sad. Like if I were to hear that on a date, just this honesty on a first date sort of a situation, I don't know about that. Like
Yeah.
that would just freak me out a bit.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what I was noticing, is that people were saying, or at least I was saying, like really more honest things when you first meet people. I wasn't really, I think, pretending to be this put together person that I think I used to pretend to be when I was dating. And I thought, I wonder how that's gonna play out. And so that's kind of where I got the idea for the piece.
It's a fun take on how we're going to get back into some similar routines.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this process for you for Why the Kids Don't Play Outside Anymore.
Yeah, I would love to. So I've gotten the privilege to work with a director who I've worked with before, Anna Jones. She's one of my close friends. And it's been really, really nice to get to see her sort of take these words and run with it. And especially with a 10-minute play, really dig into the backstories of these characters and things that hadn't even really occurred to me until I thought, oh, actually, that is a really beautiful take on what I've already written, and I just get to watch it happen, which is gorgeous. And then we were fortunate enough that we also chose to cast two of our close friends who are a real life couple. Griffin Bear and Maggie Dickinson are our actors, and they've done a fabulous job just with their dynamic, their chemistry, and they're both so funny and so sincere. I've just been kicking it at rehearsals, kind of. I mean, I've I've changed, been able to change a few things and tweak a few things and say this really works better and it sounds better in her voice if I say this. But for the most part, I've just gotten to watch them take what I wrote and go further than even I could have imagined. So it's been a really rewarding experience.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad that it's working, and I'm glad that you feel like you can still tweak some things. I mean, that's what this is all about. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it May 27th through the 29th. Bye.
Bye.